Hello Sunday School teachers! Today I'm going to show you how to make your own hidden pictures game using PowerPoint. I assure you it is not as hard as it sounds. I should tell you that I'm using a Mac. If you're not using a Mac, certain functions may be located in a different place on your version of PowerPoint. This tutorial is for those with a basic knowledge of PowerPoint. I'm using Microsoft 365. I have divided the tutorial into 7 easy steps: slide background, shapes, arrangement, animation, test, assembly, and tweaks. Okay, let's begin. First, let's look for a picture that we want the kids to guess. How about the Louvre? I found a picture of the Louvre that I like, and I'm now going to copy it. After I copy it, it is in my clipboard. Now I'm going back to PowerPoint and watch closely. I'm going to click on Format Background and this pops up. I'm going to click on Picture or Texture Fill. Under Picture Source, I'm going to choose Clipboard. Now, you will remember that I have the picture of the Louvre in my clipboard. Let's see what happens. Great! Now your slide background is the picture of the Louvre. We have just completed part 1, making the slide background. We are going to put that aside and head on to part 2, shapes. I'm going to insert a rectangle. That looks about right. I'm going to make it pink. To change the color, I click on Color and select something I like. I don't like the outline of the rectangle, so I'm going to remove it. Click on Line and then choose No Line. That's just my preference. You may keep the line if you like. I am now going to duplicate my pink rectangle. You may use the menu or the shortcuts. For a Mac, the shortcut is Command-C for copy and Command-V for paste. If you make a mistake, hit Undo or Command-Z. I made 2 copies of my rectangle. You can go to the color wheel and pick any color you like. Once you are happy with your colored rectangles, we will go to part 3. This is the part that will take up most of your time. I'm going to use the copy function extensively. If you hold the Shift key while you make your selection, you can select multiple items at once. You can also use your cursor to make a blanket selection. Don't worry if your final rectangle sticks out a little or even a lot. I'm going to fill up the entire slide with the colored rectangles. This sounds tedious, but I love doing this. I'm going to speed up the video so you won't be bored. Now I'm going to put in my last rectangle. To see whether I have aligned them correctly, go to Slideshow and play from current slide. You should be able to spot little mistakes. You can go back and fix it. Once you are happy with what you have, we can move on to part 4, animation. We're going to use the animations feature, specifically the exit effects. This is my favorite part because it is so fun. I'm going to select some rectangles. You have just finished the grunt work and now you get to have a bit of fun. This is for entrance. These are for emphasis. I call them special effects. And this is exit. If you have never used animations, you may want to spend some time to try each one and see what it does. I wonder which one to choose. Let's try contract. You get to see the effect immediately. Now I'm going to select the last row. Exit animations. This time I pick checkerboard. If you want to select individual objects, remember to hold down the Shift key as you make your selection. As you can see, there are many exit effects. Swivel, random bars, split. I'm just choosing them randomly. Split is kinda nice. Float out. Wedge. Fly out. I'm going to show you how to change the effect options. Click on number 9 and select all of them. Click on Effect Options. See what happens when I pick top left. Now I'm going to change the timing from very fast to slow. Click play to see the changes. See how slowly it moves now? Play around with the effects and timings. I can literally spend a whole afternoon puttering around PowerPoint. I love zoom. I think it is pretty. The last one. I am too tired to think. I'm going to pick the most boring one. Blinds. And guess what? We are done. That was part 4, animations. It is smooth sailing from here on. Now let's test our animations. Go to Slideshow and begin. Once you're happy with your exit animations, we can go back to the Louvre. In part 6, we will put everything together. I'm going to copy all my rectangles. Be sure not to leave anything out. Go to the Louvre and press Command V, and all the rectangles should cover the entire slide. We go to the final part, part 7, and test to make sure everything works nicely. I'm going to leave you with some tips to help make your experience a better one. Tip number 1. Experiment freely and do not be afraid of making mistakes. I'm self-taught and most of my learning comes from my mistakes. Tip number 2. You don't have to use rectangles. You may use any shapes or pictures that you like. Tip number 3. When experimenting, make a copy of your file so that if everything goes badly, you still have a backup.